Hello and welcome. Today I'm joined by my very special guest, Mr. Mitch Hanley of Inventory Hive. Mitch, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks, David. I hope you are as well, and all the kerfufflers around you as well. So yeah,
All
all
the
very good.
crew are doing well. Our eyes are permanently glued to the news at the moment.
I know.
We're looking out for what is going to affect our property industry. There's been a lot of changes. We've had, I don't know how many chancellors in the past week and how many prime ministers, but we're looking for a new one, as the news just a few minutes ago.
I think you should go for it, David.
I thank you. I knew I could rely on you for your vote. But things change, and I think that's probably the topic that we're covering today, is that things also change legislatively within the property space quite a bit, which means that you guys need to remain on your toes and develop new functionality to help agents manage those properties and manage those changes in an effective way. And I'm pleased to say, unlike the current administration, you guys have consistently delivered. So, Mitch, tell us all about it.
As always. So yeah, it's not the most sexiest of subjects, I'd say, but it needs addressing. And if it doesn't get addressed, then landlords and agents are going to get stung. So, as most agents are aware, that from the 1st of October 2022, the new smoke and carbon monoxide property compliance regulations came into force, which meant that if you're not compliant to those, and the local authorities can fine you up to £5,000. So what we've done here in Hive is we knew this deadline was looming. So we spoke to our loyal customer base, our landlords, letting agents, just to get some feedback on how we can make that easier for them, so they can help record smoke alarm compliance, carbon monoxide compliance, fire alarms, heat sensors, etc. So what we've done is we specifically built a new property compliance section in your property inspection report. So in your checking inventories, your midterm inspections, your checkouts, you can answer those property compliance questions which relate to these smoke and carbon monoxide alarm requirements. And also we've brought out some new features as well, where you can now set expiry dates within the reports as well. So what will happen there is if you note down the expiry date of a smoke alarm, for example, you'll get a notification with 3 months, 2 months, a month, and on the day that expires. So in theory, you'll never miss this again if you rely upon us. So yeah, so we just want to make sure we're making life so much easier for our agents and landlords.
And that is great, because these key dates and are worth remembering, because it's worth a lot of money to an agent if they don't comply. It can be quite heavy in terms of what you're going to experience, both with your client who's employed you to look out for them, and also direct from regulators. So that, this is important.
Exactly. It's not necessarily the financial implications, it's reputations as well. It's like, whenever I get emails come through from letting agent today or negotiate, it seems to name and shame agents, or there are other industry magazines out there, but it does seem to name and shame some agents out there, and that's what users don't want to happen to them. So that's why I've tried to increase this functionality, and we tried to simplify that for them.
It's fantastic. I mean, you guys have got that reputation of being easy to deal with, and your software is particularly easy to use. And I presume you never get to sort of say, right, that's it, we've done it, we've cracked it. You're constantly having to develop. Exactly that.
So obviously from the 1st of October, we released 8 new features. So what we find is the little updates that we do tend to be the most popular ones, because it's just tiny little things which help our users. We have got a new major update planned just before Christmas, which we'll all share with you. But the key ones from this one are the new item compliance flag items. So with like your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, they get flagged on the inspection report, so they will sit at the top of the report. So rather than the agent or the landlord or tenant trawling through that report page by page looking for those smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. They can see that on page 1 now. So you can see at a snapshot everything that's been flagged for compliance. Obviously the alarm expiry dates and when they were tested, so that's all detailed clearly in the report. So if it ever does go to court or the local authority asks for anything, you've got that clearly evidenced there in the inspection report. We've also the new property compliance questions that we've built alongside our customers. So we took some feedback from the NRLA, from existing users as well, and I know there's a lot of compliance. I'll call them compliance nerds out there. So compliance nerds out there who like to be on the ball. Like I said, it's not the most exciting.
They love it, and for them,
they love it.
This little webinar now is the sexiest thing that they've ever watched ever.
Oh yeah, God, the amount of things that they'll absolutely love it. So yeah, so and because that's all reconfigured, that will all sit at the top of the pages of your inspection reports as well. So although the contents of the report are still important, like recording the condition cleanliness, the property compliance must be up there with one of the most important things. That's why I've stuck it towards the top of the report as well. So we've done that as well. And now we've enabled our users to raise any maintenance issues as well at check-in on inventory reports. It used to be just with midterm inspections and checkouts, but now we've done it with check-in and inventory reports as well, because there's a lot of cases where property managers or agents go into a property to do a check-in inventory and they find some issues that need raising. So what they can do is they can action that straight away rather than waiting for the tenant to move in, then action it. So flagging those for maintenance means you can easily manage those on your inventory Hive account, or we've got a free integration with FixFlow as well, where it will fire it across to them as well. So yeah, so that's another new feature.
Let it be known, Inventory Hive plays well with other suppliers in the playground, and that is the key to making good prop tech work, because we have so many, not overlapping, but actually complementary solutions that if they just spoke to one another.
Exactly. And it ties in well with integrations like with the depository, Repit, Propco, Dupix. There's loads out there that we integrate with. So that's why these compliance fields help push the data back to them as well.
And as I understand it, your current clients, so anybody that is an Inventory Hive user at the moment, they're getting all of this additional functionality for free. It's part of what they pay for. And
exactly
anybody that is thinking of becoming an Inventory Hive customer, it makes sense to join now, whilst there's more value added.
Yeah, you would have seen from our reviews that how easy the platform is to use, but what we like to do is continue adding value. That's why these new features, before we push them out, we like to consult with our users first to make sure the users that we're pushing out do hit that sweet spot. And it's even more sweeter that we're doing it completely free of charge. It's an additional value to our users, because we feel charging for this type of thing it's an easy thing to do, but realistically it needs to tie in with the inspection reports, and with the facility to create unlimited reports on our platform makes it so much easier, and you can get all your compliance bot stuff in one go.
It's absolutely superb, and it's great to see that you guys are always keeping up with the changes in legislation, but more importantly, you're not just running off on your own bat trying to put a solution together. You are consulting with the voters. See, there's a political theme here, but you are consulting with those people, and they're proper stakeholders in this whole game, because they now get to tell you what's useful to them as agents, as opposed to what you think might be useful as a supplier, which I think is superb.
Yeah, we're exactly that. We've pushed out updates before a few years back where we haven't necessarily consulted with our clients, and then we've had to revert back. So that's kind of cost us time and money, because we've pushed something out and it's not quite been right. So that's where we going forward now, we always take on our customers' feedback. That will relate to the new update we'll bring out in December time as well. So hopefully we've been consulting with a lot of users on that as well, which we'll share in due course. I've got to keep my lips sealed for the time being, but this property compliance
secret.
stuff,
Top secret. Coming to a Kerfuffle exclusive near you, folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mitch, it's always great to catch up with you, and thank you for bringing us up to date with your new functionality.
No
there's
problem.
going to be lots changing over the next couple of months, and we'll keep up with you again in December and see A, who the leader of the country is, but B, more exciting and probably more effectively, what Inventory Hive are doing next.
We're never stopping. We're never stopping. So keep an eye out. We head over to our Kerfuffle Image Hive page where you can pick up your exclusive 20% off and a free Costa coffee voucher as well. So yeah, get in touch with us that way.
You cannot say no to a free cup of coffee. Mitch, thank you very much.
No problem.